Week 11. Questions from Angelique. I feel like some people who still keep on eating meat, these people are not awake for the new earth. I know lovely people, they ask lot of money for a workshop and they still eat meat or use cambo, which is a terrible thing for the frog. So if you are not awake and eat meat, I guess you have still a chance to awaken, but if you are running a school for awakening, and using animal products, it feels dark or very stupid to me. Is this true? Thanks and greetings from Netherlands. Saint Germain, if your desire is to have me side against others on the planet, that is not what I choose to do. For those who eat meat or charge money, there are just as many, perhaps even more, that judge and condemn them for doing so. This keeps the minds of all in lower consciousness. The fourth dimension is a mix of energies. As one rises in frequency, the diet changes, the need for money leaves the mind, negative habits such as condemnation of others shifts to acceptance that all are at their current place in life. I suggest you find those who you feel comfortable with and stop judging others who do not meet your expectations. You cannot change everyone else if you haven't started with yourself first. Please understand that the meat industry is changing. There are new farms which sell flesh that live a decent life before they are slaughtered. This is a far cry from even decades ago where all animal products were treated horrendously before being killed. Of course, this lowers consciousness because you are eating meat that embodies lower energies. With the new systems coming in, meat eaters will benefit from higher consciousness products, thence will eventually be able to lose interest in eating meat as their frequency rises. As human consciousness rises, so will practices such as beef husbandry and such. Understand your part in this is to help to raise the consciousness of people upon earth, so in keeping your vibration out of condemnation and judgment you will do more good for the animals. Yes, in antiquity the animals were friends of the humans, they did not live in fear of them as they do now. And no flesh was eaten. You have far to go yet. Question 2. About astrology, does the meaning from the stars change cause we are in a new era, or so I read once in 1999, we are going to float in a different line, and maybe we are floating in a different place in the universe. Saint Germain, yes, they will change. Can you assign a third-dimensional dualistic explanation to an energy of fifth-dimensional consciousness? I think not. Will Earth change to a different place in the universe? Will the constellations appear different in the fifth dimension? Yes. Question 3 from Jorge. I see Ivo's posts are very against the elite, but then when I check Saint Germain's bio, most of his incarnations were in elites' families, such as Francis Bacon, an English philosopher very connected to Freemasons in England, as Christopher Columbus. His expeditions were massively sponsored by the Catholic monarchs of that time, as Christian Rosenkreuz. He was the organizer behind the scenes for the secret societies in Germany in the late 14th and early 15th centuries. So does it mean that the ascended masters and the elite of Europe aren't alienated from one another but are really collaborators in the evolution of mankind? Saint Germain, such could be said in a manner of speaking. I incarnated into the elite families as an influencer, as an influence of the light. Was it difficult? It took all of my strength to do it, I might add. I bore witness to ghastly atrocities and many violations of human rights, but my energy and my brilliant mind were required to help to steer timelines, so I incarnated into challenging circumstances. I think it was Ashta Sharon who spoke about light and dark families, and how they're born into each other's bloodlines in order to change the DNA, in order to manipulate their intention, and to change the timelines. In the same way that many star seeds are born into families with heavy karma, and they are expected to transmute the karma and change the body template for that bloodline, the masters as well as star seeds were born into dark families in history. This steering of the timelines to get them to the point we are at now has been going on for a long time. Saint Germain, I was not Christian Rosenkreuz. As for Christopher Columbus, he I was, and the reason I set out to discover North America was that I was well aware that it existed. The second reason I did so was so that I could later influence the founding fathers to write the Constitution of America, which is what America is trying to reinstate now. I have appeared throughout history in order to influence, and in some cases what I have done may appear to have been bad to you now, but you must consider the later events which sprang out of my actions then.